And what's going on? It's your boy Fontaine, VIP Soundlab.com, and we're back on another tutorial video. This time we're back with a member request. Shout out to Top Choice, and he's wanting to know how to set up a routing effects template. All right, so with Maschine, you actually have the ability to route your sounds. You know, for example, you have the auxiliaries here. In Maschine, you have two auxiliaries, and right here is where you can control the order of your post and your pre, and you have the destination. So basically, to route a sound, you're just basically going to go on the channel properties icon here, under sound, select output, and this is where you can route your sounds to effects chains, or you can route your audio, for example, to external outputs, things of that nature. But in this particular video, we're just going to use the auxes. We're going to use auxiliary 1 and auxiliary 2. Why? Because I feel it's just going to be a faster workflow. Okay, so here I am on a blank group. On this group right here, it's 16 sounds. I put add content on there because this is actually from a free routing template that we have on the website. You guys can go in there and download it right now. We also have a free mastering template also. So let me take a look at that right quick. This right here is what's free on the website right now for the routing templates. I have a mastering one also. The mastering one is probably going to be a really big help because, for example, I'll have to open it up a different way because right now Machine's looking for Maschine files right now, but I'll get into that towards the end of the video. Let's go ahead and stay on subject right quick. Now this is really fast and this is really easy, and how it works like this. What you want to do is you want to grab a blank group. I labeled it, you know, how to route basically, and I put little instructions right here, you know, so you can follow along with the video. Down here under the on the pattern arranger rather is where I have some, you know, like some little reminder instructions right here. But for example, we're going to jump on the sound. We're going to add, you know, some plugins right here. You know, Native Instruments has some really great ones that's built in. Also, you can take a look at those also. For this particular chain, I'm just going to do something like really simple. I'm just going to add, let's say like a transient master here. We'll go over here on this one. We'll add, I don't know. I'm just going to grab some stuff like really quick. Maximizer here. Phaser here, you know, beat delay here. We'll add a EQ here, and we'll add a grain stretch here. And let's just say for the sake of the video, I'll just do a couple. I'll do maybe like these 7 here, and I'll add a gate here, you know, really quick. Now, one thing that you might want to do to keep it neat and orderly, you might want to, you know, type in, you know, basically what it says up there. I'll just put the caps on for right now. I'll put gate here. Let's put the saturator there. Grain stretch. EQ. Beat delay. It just makes it visually easier, you know, if you want to select something really easy without having to do the guesswork. You know, we just want to keep things neat. This is what's called housekeeping, I guess you can say. All right, so we made a little effects chain. Now the order of it, you know, basically is going to depend on you. You know, for what I'm doing right now, it's not going to really matter to me because I'm just trying to basically just show you how to get this set up. All right, so there's our little effects chain. Okay, you name it however you want to name it. All right, you know, just basically an effects chain. Leave it like that. Now this chain is not for mastering. This is just maybe for like effects or something like that. Over here, let's say we call this drums. All right, maybe we had a drum kit right there or something. You know, so over here, here's my Smack Drums library. Don't pay attention to the duplicates that I have in here. That's just basically because I have that drum kit extremely neat. The way I have the folder, I have Maschine projects, groups. I have sound files as well as wave files in different folders. So I added additional content to certain folders, you know, just to make a producer's workflow easier if they're moving folders around, things of that nature. 'Cause a lot of times people move folders around and they get stuff lost and they get the missing samples message. So I basically did that to try to narrow that down. If you're a producer who doesn't want the duplicates in there, you just simply take the extra files out of the kit, scan it, and it'll just be one. No big deal. So let's just say I put a kick here, right? All right, so we have a kick there. And I'll add another kick here. Another kick here. Another kick here. All right, just building a basic kit. I'll go into the hi-hats. Not being really picky right now. I'm just, just trying to make this really easy for the video. And we'll add some snares here. All right. And for those who are not aware, you have an icon here that you can actually mute these sounds. You do not have to hear the pre-hear volume. You can adjust the pre-hear volume here as well as on the hardware controller. You also have this icon here where if you turn this on, you actually can click on a certain sound here and it will overwrite the sound that you have right there. All right. So basically right here, we have a, quick little pattern. Let's go ahead and go down here. Let's go ahead and quantize the grid by 16ths. This means you're quantizing the grid by 16ths. Okay, if I was to put it on bars, it would jump by bars like this. See, I was going from 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars. That's how you control your grid. Hit the quick record icon here. If you turn it off, you can get really fine and detailed in there. Okay, like this here. Okay, you notice how the scene up there is also matching. So just for the sake of the video, I'm going to do something really quick. Let's put this on 16ths. I'm going to put this as a simple 1 bar loop. Why? I don't want the video to run too long. We're going to get this done and out the way really fast and really easy. So tell you what, let's put a kick here. Okay. We'll set the tempo maybe for, I don't know, like 95 or something like that. 95 beats per minute. We'll put it like a small swing, maybe like 6%. And we'll put this on bars and beats instead of time. Time signature is 4/4. All right, so let's go ahead and get the beat going. And we'll add some hi-hats like this here. Now I'm doing this all from my my mouse right now, so if I'm going slow, I apologize for that because I don't have my hardware controller hooked up right now because this is a member request video and I want to get it done like really quick. So I'm doing all this on the mouse. All right, so there we go, simple beat. So let's say we wanted to go ahead and we want to make like a little effects chain out of this, and for whatever reason we were like, hey, you know what, we want to add some effects on our drums, hi-hats, and snares, give it a little flair, give it a little flavor to that. Basically what you can do is use your plugins. Now I'm going to use the internal built-in plugins for this example. That way it makes it easier for you guys to follow along at home. Okay, now here's our effects chain. We have one on here called a saturator, which I think works pretty awesome for drums. Now under each plugin, over here under your main, you have all the parameters of those particular plugins. So let's say if I set this for a tube and I wanted to add a little more punch to my drums, so I increase the bass a little bit. Maybe I want to take a little treble out of that. I have a gain here, maybe I might want to make it louder. Okay, so let's go back to the drums here. Again, you go under your channel properties, sound. Again, you have a master level, group level, as well as a sound level. Under that output, you have audio, you have aux, and you have MIDI. Okay. Again, in this particular situation, I'm working with the auxiliaries. You have auxiliary 1, you have auxiliary 2. You notice now when I hit the destination icon here, you have the effects chain that we were building there on group B. As you can see right here, we have EQ, transient master, maximizer, phaser, beat delay, grain stretch, saturate, as well as gate. Okay, I want it to affect the drums. Now this is going to be on a sound level. If I did it on a group level, it would work a little bit different. It would affect the whole entire group. Okay, which in this particular situation is something that I don't want to do, because if I'm affecting the kick, I don't want what I'm doing to the kick to affect the other sounds in that group. So I'm using the sound level. These are your sounds, okay? If there's somebody out there who doesn't understand what a sound is, a sound, it's more than just one pad, okay? For example, let me turn this input here off. Under edit here, for example, okay, this is your sound, okay. You also can slice sounds up. You know, we have detailed videos on that. But here's your zone map. Okay, now here's your zone range. Okay, for example, this kick is spread out through this whole entire map. Okay, if you're doing instruments and things like that, you know, if you want to just, you know, put a kick on a certain, you know, note, and then you have this little icon here where you can drag it and you can adjust your keynote. You can do that. Build instruments. You know, if you want to trigger sounds just by certain velocities, you know, you can stack and layer sounds like this. You can have a sound here, a sound here. You can get as detailed with this as you want to. You can stack up as many sounds, whatever you want to do. Just be mindful that when you do that, you are going to be altering your key range on that sound. You can see right here, this keynote is set for C3 right now, which is basically a default in Maschine. Okay, so all right, so I played the kick again, so you can hear that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this kick, we're going to route it to our saturator here, which I have set to tube. Okay, so from this point now, this kick audio is being routed to the effects chain and now being controlled by the saturator plugin. All right, so continuing on, let's go ahead and, okay, here's our kick drum. Again, we have it set to the transient master here. I mean, rather the saturator here. Okay, so under our effects chain, under plugin, here's our saturator. Here's what's, or rather the settings are set up under the main. You have the main here, as well as the EQ, as well as the output here. We added a little more bass to that. So when I press the start button here, and I turned that down a little bit because I didn't want to get any digital clipping right there. But again, I'm going to overemphasize this, and I'm going to A/B this just so you can see how the effects chain is actually working on the drum group here. So as I play this, I'm going to adjust the bass so you guys can A and B that. And if I was to turn this off, you immediately know the difference in that. Okay, so let's go to right here. You see where it's being routed there. So let's say if I didn't have this on, if I press none here, okay, you notice how it's not being affected anymore. Whereas if I go back to the saturator here, you notice that it sounds a little more, you know, it sounds a little more punchy. All right, so back to drums. We're on sampler here. One thing I wish that Native Instruments would do is when I'm on one group, I wish that it would remember exactly where I'm leaving, you know, it off on this group. Like if I'm on this group here and I'm under plugin, and then I'm on this group here and I want to be under channel properties, I don't like how when I go from group to group how that stays. I think it'd be better if it would be, you know, more intuitive and, you know, remember what's on each group. But anyway, maybe in a future update. All right, so right here we're going to jump down to the hi-hat. Now here's the hi-hats. And again, remember we have our effects chain here. So you have to look in here and say, hey, what would be great for my hi-hat? All right, well, what if I was to put, I don't know, we'll put an EQ on that. Let's do that. Let's do an EQ, and we'll route that to the EQ group, which is right there. And another thing you might want to be mindful of, over here where it says B1, this means your group. Okay, the effects chain is on group B1. S1 just means sound 1. sound 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that's the order of the chain. Okay, so let's jump back to the effects chain. Let's jump on our EQ. All right, there's our EQ. And let's take a look at some of the parameters on that. Let's we'll see what's interesting maybe in the, let's say the 900 hertz range. Obviously, we're not going to need any lows in that. Again, this is just something, you know, to taste. This is going to be up to you, you know, when you fit your mix. Besides that, anyway, when all these frequencies in here is going to be clashing, you're going to have a problem anyway. I mean, you're going to be constantly keeping them frequencies from fighting anyway, and you're going to get in there and, you know, make them coexist in the mix anyway. So, all right, so hi-hat, let's go back to channel properties again. I wish that would stay instead of me having to change it. EQ, looking good. Let's start it off like this. See, now I have to go back to my properties and all that. Then I can go in here and I can adjust. All right, so basically, I think that you're getting the idea from this point how this is working. Basically, what's happening is, you know, we're just basically setting up, you know, our little effects chain and, you know, get things going the way we want it to go. All right, now here's the effects chain. Now, you know, you basically worked really hard to get your effects chain set up. You know, if you want to, you know, color assign certain effects, like I got this saturator plugin right here that I had in yellow, and then I had another one here. You know, if that makes it easier for you to find those, you can do it that way. So now what you want to do is you want to basically save what you did. You know, you right click, you press save as. Okay, when you press save as, it's just basically going to save your effects chain for later use. When you press save as, it's going to save under your effects tab here, so you can recall them like that. You know, if you want to drag and drop certain effects or plugins, you can do that. Because I was basically actually redoing my effects. Like I wiped out my whole entire effects library here. So I was going to make all new ones actually on this computer anyway. So for example, let's say if I jump over here under effects, like here I have a mastering chain template. Again, matter of fact, this is that exact free template that you guys can download at the website right now for free. It's presets for waves. And these files are actually, the XPS files are actually in there. So if you're going to be in another DAW like Pro Tools, Logic, Cubase, or whatever, well, not Logic because this is for a PC format, but, you know, those XPS files are actually in there. Okay, so if you want to load up these certain presets, like let's say, for example, let me reset this right quick. Okay, so let's say I was over here and let's say I wanted to affect the entire group, not just a sound. So let's say if I jump on a group level here, okay, and let's say I wanted to do in an order like this. Okay, so that comes up like this. C1 comp. Maybe I was doing some vocals or something like that. All right, VIP mastering chain. That's what I labeled the preset as, because you can go in there. You know, you can go in here and actually, it comes with a lot of great presets that's in there, but open preset file is where you want to load up the XPS files. Now we have that already preset and done. So it's basically, you're going to be just more or less, you're just going to come in here, you're just going to grab an effect like this. Because once you scan the folder, hold on, let me drop this right here. Because once you scan the folder, it's going to come up like this, okay, under your effects tabs, you know, with all other effects that you have, and, you know, your little custom presets. And again, VIP mastering chain. Now the chain has a specific order, and I have a little text file in there and explain to you how to get that set up and go from there. And yeah, man, I mean, I can't think of an easy way to explain it right now. I mean, if this isn't jazzing in your mind, just let me know. I'll make another tutorial video. Maybe I could break it down another way. So that's pretty much it, man. That's how you get your effects chain set up. That's how you can route your sounds to your effects chain, save your effects chains for later use. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up. It's your boy Fontaine, VIPSoundlab.com. Be sure to come by the website. We have a VIP membership that's $9.99 with no monthly fees. We also give away a lot of free monthly goodies as far as drum kits, you know, templates such as this. Matter of fact, we uploaded I think 3 new templates on the site right now. You can download those. We also made some other templates for Nexus, you know, stuff like that, all for free, man, all for free. Just go on the website, download it, and just enjoy that. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Shout out to Top Choice, you know what I'm saying, for coming through and requesting this video. You know, man, I hope that this helps you out, man, because, you know, an effects chain can be a really great use, or rather a really great resource when you are getting in there and, you know, fine tuning your mix. Because again, those frequencies, a lot of times they will clash and you will have a problem. So, you know, you want to get in there and try to make those frequencies coexist when you're trying to push your levels and, you know, give a little flair and be a little flamboyant in the mix. It's your boy Fontaine. See you in the next one. Peace.